Hello, everyone. Jim here from Storm Warning News. Just an observation I wanted to share with you. Um, I sense that there's connections to everything lately. Whether it be dreams of Priority Express envelopes with cylinders in them. Everything just more and more in my mind and my spirit, things are just becoming more connected in a very strange sort of way, indicating where we are in history. Wanted to share this with you, and it's more also to get your feel if you were experiencing or seeing things similar to this. I was just in a Walmart and was waiting at the self-checkout to pay for some items, and stood there waiting for a bit, and then noticed that all of the terminals seemed to be not so much inoperable, but running extremely slowly. And then, of course, clerks were coming in trying to get people started, to get their terminals moving again. There were all sorts of issues, tapping screens, people looking around, doing this like, what's wrong? Can you come and help me with this? And it was all of them at this particular Walmart here in my area. So I decided to go into a regular checkout line thinking that would be faster. Went over, found a checkout line that only had one other customer there who was getting close to finishing up her transaction. That too was having issues. That too was running slowly. Woman was using, maybe she was using a Walmart gift card. I don't know what she was using for payment, but the cashier had her try it again a number of times, maybe 3 times before it finally cleared and finally went through. Now, I used my debit card and it processed out okay, but what I noticed was a general slowness of all of the operating systems in the store I was just in. And I'm noticing a general slowness lately in all of these terminals when making payments, that things are taking longer. There's much more of the what you would call the buffering wheel turning, things taking longer, and I'm sensing it's an indication of something coming where perhaps it collapses, or that there's a major regional outage. As we know, these things are coming, and it makes me start to wonder, are we getting close to that day that it comes? If it's not a nationwide outage or collapse of card processing, which could even include if you use EBT or other payment cards, if you have to use those to pay for your food and goods, a collapse, a shutdown. I'm just wondering if any of you are noticing this slowing down of processing. Even, and I've mentioned before, internet in general, at least where I live, seems to be slowing down. My internet is slowing down. Everything is slowing down. Is it because there's just a mass amount of people swiping cards, using the internet right now, perhaps just overburdening the system? Or are we heading toward that complete, or at least regional, collapse for a period of time? Are we transitioning into the next thing where it won't be so much debit cards, but it might be a swipe of a chip or a identification of your retina for you to pay? Is this current system being phased out of using a debit card or a credit card or an EBT card or whatever you might use? Are any of you noticing this too, this bogging down, this slowing down of all of these things? Because I'm seeing it more and more, and again, it was fascinating to me to see this at every one of the, I don't know how many self-checkouts there were at in this particular Walmart. I've never counted. I think there may be as many as 10 or 12 in this little area that you can use. And I generally, if I shop in that Walmart, or if I shop in any grocery store, I will always head for the self-checkout. Because I've noticed it too lately in a grocery store that I sometimes shop in this area, same type of thing. The self-checkout is just bogging down, slowing down, having trouble keeping up with me as I'm scanning my items. Am I reading too much into it? Am I making too much out of it? Is it just a temporary slowdown? Is it indicative of the internet service provider in this area and there's only one? It has a monopoly. It's a big one. It starts with T. Actually starts with S. It used to start with T. It now starts to S, and it starts with S, and the next letter is P in its name. I think you probably know which one it is. Maybe they're just having a systemic overhaul. I don't know. But the point is, I'm noticing this happening more commonly. I start to read maybe too much into it. What are you seeing? What are you sensing? Let me know in the comments below. This is Jim signing off. God bless you until the next time.